So you starred in a lot of different shows. So you starred in Dallas, you starred in Grey's Anatomy, you starred in Stargate Atlantis.
Because they Supernatural, because Supernatural fans are like, come on, talk about Supernatural.
Yeah, I was about to drop to Supernatural. And so out of those roles, were there any in particular for you that you found challenging as an actor?
Yeah, Sons of Anarchy, because of the language and because of the stuff, some of the stuff that came out of his mouth was a little, maybe uncomfortable, but it was. I was working with a great group of people, so it was. I really enjoyed working on it. And Kurt Sutter is a maniac and a genius and amazing. They were all Supernatural. Well, I got to work with two great guys, three great guys, including Misha and a lot of the X-Files crew. So that was like going home, and Kim Manners was still alive when I started doing it, so that was awesome.
Did it feel like, with moving into Supernatural, like you said, did it feel like going home, because so many of those who work behind the scenes on the X-Files were actually part of the Supernatural crew?
It did, yeah. I mean, I'm looking at people behind the camera that I had looked at for 5 years when we were in Vancouver, so I had a lot of really good friends on the show. And to get onto that set and realize that Jared and Jensen are just two of the nicest, most genuine, amazing guys in the world, still, after all these years of success that they've had and fame and all that stuff that gets thrown at you. They've kept their heads about themselves, and I'm very proud of them for that.
Now, interestingly, you've actually done a little bit of voice acting work. So you were Commissioner Jim Gordon in the Batman. Yeah. So how, from a voice acting perspective, does that differ from on screen for you?
I don't have to take a shower or shave or worry about what I'm wearing when I'm standing in front of a microphone. Not that I went in smelling like a pig, but it was doing voice work, doing that stuff is I dig it. I really like it, and I wish I could do more. Mm-hmm. You're working with a lot of really good voice actors, and you're working with a lot of other wonderful actors, so they bring in to do other characters. So it's a trip, and I really like it. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah. And so you were actually going to be in the new Transformers film.
I am.
And how was that, I guess, getting to be in a really big blockbuster type film and getting to work with someone like Michael Bay?
It was really cool. Denise Champion was doing casting on it, and I was in the process of moving from Dallas to back to LA. I was on the road. I got a call from my agent saying they want you to come in and read for this role. I said, I can't. I said, there's no way in the world I can. I'm on the road. I can't even stop and put myself down on tape. So Denise, this amazing casting director that I just adore, she talked to Michael Bay and she said, this is the guy you need to cast. And he cast me. He looked at my tape and he cast me, and I had so much fun. Talk about a maniac. This guy's he's kinetic. I've never seen anybody. I was just fascinated watching him. I couldn't take my eyes off him because he was just he doesn't stop. He doesn't. There's just he's always shooting something. He's got a camera in his hand. If somebody's changing wardrobe or they're touching somebody up or whatever, he'll shoot inserts, himself, and it was really a treat to be able to work with him. And he kept giving me more stuff that was in the script, and I had a really good time.
So I guess as an actor, you felt that he was really providing you with a lot to learn, not just from behind the scenes, but just to actually grow as an actor as well.
Well, I mean, being on that that type of a set with that that type of a budget and all the. I mean, he had this brand new camera. He says nobody else has this. It's like a kid with new toys, and he goes, nobody else has this, and it's he goes, this is brand new, and he was shooting some stuff with me, and so it was to be around that aspect of it, or that
and the energy
his energy is just it's phenomenal. And as an actor, you can feed off that. I mean, he had a lot of the other people who were working on the show were ex-SEALs and the people who had tremendous technical knowledge. So he would just say, okay, what would he say in this situation? And they'd be in the scene with me. And he'd say this and this and this and this, and Michael would say, okay, say that.
Yeah.
And then so they were just like feeding me dialogue, and I would just and just go with it, and in the course of these scenes. So it was cool.
And so have you got, aside from Transformers, have you got any other projects that you've got coming up?
I did a thing that I can't talk about with Lawrence Fishburne, which was just very cool to work with Lawrence Fishburne. He directed it, and they've wanted us to wait to say anything about what it is, so I'm going to do that. Other than that, I just got my daughter. My daughter Sawyer. She just started college. She just joined a sorority, Gamma Phi Beta, and so she's very excited about that. And so I've been getting her going in college and making the move from Dallas to California. So I've been pretty busy with that. And now that I'm kind of getting settled down, I'll be able to get back into acting again, which is what I do.
And hopefully come out for a couple more conventions, because we love having you out here.
Yeah, well, I love coming here, and I have been doing some conventions too. So that's always fun, because I get to meet the fans, people who make it possible for me to do what I do. I get to see other actors who I've worked with before that I haven't seen in a long time, and I get to meet actors that I've never met before that I've always wanted. So I get to fanboy.